Throughout the time playing the Spongebob Squarepants video game a few months back, we went through a variety of different levels trying to find the right actor for the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy films. However, there was one thing that was consistent, well, just about consistently fun, and that was the minigames. As I once put it, this is basically the Mario Party of Spongebob Squarepants. So in today's video, I'm going to be counting down what is my personal top 10 favourite minigames of Spongebob Squarepants Lights, Camera, Pants. Number 10, Jellyfish Jamboree. So this is a every player for himself type of match. This is the first one in Jellyfish Fields. So the objective is basically you're a jellyfish hunter, collecting as many jellyfish as you can, up to 5, and then disposing them into your jelly container. So I believe, if I'm correct, the traditional jellyfish colours are the high scorers, followed by orange, and then also blue. Strange enough, it's the opposite way around in the show. Blue jellyfish is the rarest one, along with orange, I think. But yes, this one is a heck of a lot of fun. The reason it's not too high up the list is because it can be a bit easy to get some of the other jellyfish, but overall I think it's a pretty decent game type. Number 9, Pedal of Honor. Now, I'm not gonna lie, on this list there is kind of a theme, there is kind of two themes going on. And the first one is kind of the boating school theme. So this is the first one from the boating school that makes it onto the list. So this one is basically BMX in SpongeBob SquarePants. So you have to jump off ramps and basically perform multiple stunts. So square being the quick one, triangle being middle, and then circle being like a flip roll. It's not barrel roll because barrel roll is sideways. But yeah, this one is a fun little game type, like just doing BMX tricks. Although if you get it wrong, obviously you will end up in the dirt, like most BMX riders. And yeah, but overall it's just kind of cool, like comboing all the different stunts and just seeing if you can pull off like the craziest ones. Number 8 is Jig on the Brig. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to do that voice again. So this is the second theme on this list, and strange enough, I didn't actually expect this to be a theme on the list. It's from the Sand Stadium. Basically, there's quite a few rhythm games on this list, which is a real big surprise. And the first one is Jig on the Brig. So this one is you have to follow Squilliam's instructions to hit certain buttons in certain combinations. And then you perform dance moves on the stage in the Sand Stadium. If you get combos, then you get bonus points. Most rhythm games, I think, are like that, have combo moves. But yes, this one, like, you can do different dance moves. You can do duo dance moves. So it can be quite intriguing, and it does get difficult near the end of the game of the mini game. Number 7, Beats Me. No, that's literally the name of the game, Beats Me. So this is another game from the Sand Stadium, but the difference is this one you basically have to follow Squilliam's instructions again, but this time with musical instruments. So each character has their unique instruments. Squidward, of course, with the clarinet. SpongeBob with the drums, I believe. Plankton with the piano? No, sorry. I can't remember what Plankton says. I know Mr. Krabs has the piano, and Patrick has the maracas. But yeah, this one is quite a fun one because, like, trying to just match the combos and like perform a song in sync with Squilliam can be quite fun, especially if the other players are high difficulty. Then like you get a bit more of a challenge, trying to get all the instruments in sync. Number 6 is Ladiators. So this is like the SpongeBob version of Gladiators, and this is another one from boating school. So in this one, the objective is you're on cycles and you're in a kind of on the platform arena, surrounded by a platform full of water. And the objective is quite simply to knock all of your players out. So at the start, you have one tire which acts as basically a bounce pad. Each player has their own goo, like specific color, and basically the objective is just to try and knock as many people out as possible while keeping yourself in the game. As the game goes on, you get more tires in the center, so it goes from 1 tire to 2 tire to 3. So this could become a little bit silly later on if the NPCs are on higher difficulties, and it can also be a fairly amusing party mode as well. Number 5 on this list is Flipping Out. So this is the first minigame you will play in SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. It's from the Krusty Krab, and as it says, it's basically flipping Krabby Patties back and forth. Now, I find this one amusing for 3 reasons. 1, because if you play as Plankton, then obviously you got your hands on the Krabby Patty, so that won't make much sense. 2, it's a 2v2, and there isn't many team-based ones on this list. And 3, and the most intriguing, is near the end of the game, this becomes an absolute laugh. So, there's, I believe, 3 to 4 rounds. The first one starts off pretty slow, but then as you accelerate through the game, it becomes quite ridiculous, like Krabby Patties flying left and right, left and right, left and right, just all over the place. That's why, well, hence why it's called Flipping Out. And I wouldn't blame you if some of the characters do end up flipping out with the fact that they drop so many Krabby Patties. Number 4 on this list is Floor It. So, Floor It is a composition of 3 races in the actual boating school court. It's all the players, it's 1v1, v1, v1. So you got 4 races on the track, 3 races. They increase in difficulty and also shorten in length, lap-wise. The only reason this isn't higher on the list is because it's kind of quite easy to keep winning these, I admit. But the reason I do really like Floor It is because it's kind of a different take on driving style. Because like most games are like realistic, this one's a bit more of an arcade style, like easier to drift, go around corners really fast. And yeah, it is quite a fun minigame just to muck around with for a bit. Number 3 on this list, taking the bronze medal position, is Rock Bottom. So this is another one that finishes off the trio of the rhythm games from Sand Stadium, and yes, easily one of the best games in SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. So this one is basically a rock concert with the 4 players, each one with their own unique instrument. SpongeBob and Sandy both have guitars, although SpongeBob is an electric guitar, while I think Sandy is a acoustic. Plankton has a electric piano. Mr. Krabs has kind of a... I can't remember. It's like a keyboard, but I can't remember. Patrick has the drums, and Squidward, of course, has the clarinet. So with this one, you just basically play through multiple songs in the game, trying to make it as fun as possible, or as close as possible. And then the real kicker is actually features the main theme song from the game performed on the concert. Taking the runners-up position on this list, and possibly the most chaotic minigame in all of Lights Camera Pants, Mother of Pearl. So with Mother of Pearl, this is the first of the bonus games that you unlock by completing the campaign on bronze, and is easily, for me, the best minigame in the whole game. And based on this list, I think the second best game overall. So why do I think Mother of Pearl so high up? is because this one, no matter the difficulty of the NPC, is always competitive and it can be extremely hectic. It's not very often you get a game which is both competitive and hectic, but yeah, this one is a hell of a lot of fun, and yeah, it's definitely one that you should check out if you've never played any of the bonus missions. But while I think it's the best bonus mission, it's not quite the best mission. Sorry, it's not quite the best mini game overall. Number 1, Seahorse Stampede. Yep, I put a football oriented game as the number 1 minigame. So, as I once said a long time ago, this is basically FIFA, but without any of the crap, any of the rubbish. So this is just a straight 2v2, green versus blue seahorse fight, and if you have the NPCs on a harder difficulty, it creates a competitive, fun, and relatively stress-free football game. Combine that with the characters of Spongebob Squarepants, and you have pretty much a win-win combination. I've had a couple of games in Seahorse Stampede where I really did think either team was going to win, and yes, if the NPCs are high enough difficulty, doesn't matter how many goals you have, this game can always turn it around, and that's always one of the best things about minigames is unpredictability and competitiveness, and this ticks off both of those, and combine that with the comedy of the SpongeBob characters, this is, for me, the best minigame in SpongeBob SquarePants. Lights, camera, pants.